I had no idea that my deductible was that high, because they just didn't know that.
You want that amount to be something that you're able to pay out of pocket. So don't choose a high deductible because it saves you $200. Make sure you've got that money kind of set aside for a loss if it does happen.
So a lot of times I have clients asking what their home deductible should be.
Yes. Yeah, it's common. I mean, used to, it was always like a flat amount. It used to be $500 or $1,000. $1,000 used to be considered high, whereas now a lot of companies have gone to a percentage deductible. So they'll say 1% of your home dwelling amount, and that's what they're insuring it for. So if they've insured your house for $500,000, you've got a $5,000 deductible, or $1 million, it's a $10,000 deductible. Obviously, there's scales all in between there. We typically prefer a flat deductible, so choosing a $2,500 deductible or a $5,000 deductible or a $1,000 deductible, just depends on what you're comfortable with. And you want that amount to be something that you're able to pay out of pocket. So don't choose a high deductible because it saves you $200. Make sure you've got that money kind of set aside for a loss if it does happen.
Yeah, and then if you have a flat deductible versus a percentage deductible,
Yeah.
you know what your deductible is going to be every year, because
Yeah.
when your policy renews, your dwelling coverage goes up. So then if you have a percentage deductible, your deductible goes up too. I don't know how many times I've had clients call for quotes after they've had a claim with their current company saying, I had no idea that my deductible was that high, because they just didn't know that they had a 0.5% or a 1% deductible until it came down to a claim. So it's also very important to know what your deductible is, so that way you have it saved up if something does happen.
Well, a lot of companies too have gone to separate deductibles for if you have a normal loss or a wind-hail loss. They have a separate wind-hail deductible because Tornado Alley has kind of shifted more our direction, so we're seeing more storms come through. And so, I mean, there was one of the companies raised their minimum wind-hail deductible to 5%, which is a crazy amount. But a lot of companies will just send out a letter, and it's not a phone call. They send out a letter to let you know that they've made that adjustment. So it's important to really, especially right now with all the changes that are happening in the insurance world, look over your policy, look at your deck page, make sure you're aware of what deductible you do have, and if there's a separate deductible. Just like there's a separate deductible for earthquake, it's always a percentage deductible. Make sure you know what your deductibles are. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content we provided today, click right here and watch some more.